What's good, everybody? Good morning. Dun, 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 dun. A minute till we get news. Gotta be honest, large range between the London and New York session. Not really a fan of that too often. But I'll show you real quick, right? My objective here is this low. Friday, August 18th. All right, sell side there. It's a daily swing point. It's a daily low. It's this swing here. So I'd look for us to get into that and continue to accelerate. Which, where'd it go? Oh, I took it off. I was like, where'd it go? Oh, got a couple on. Nice. Yeah, this right here, textbook YouTube model low-key. Using the 930. Obviously, I just got on now, but hold up on me. So I made a burrito. Gotta finish it. $4 p.m. where you are? Damn. You in a different country or what? Damn, okay. That's pretty sick. So immediate rebalance, we should take that low. Just took that low there. Scrumptious. Portugal, okay. We got people all over. That's sick. I love seeing that. Clear. Yeah, we are heavy right now. Just on an hourly chart, right, within the last 2 days, I mean, we were able to capitalize on a lot of this, which was nice. This huge candle. But even, right, London heading into New York. This is kind of one of those scenarios we speak of where the morning session may be choppier this morning because FOMC has already taken place, right? We've had 2 large range days already. And London heading into New York has already created another large range into now a daily swing point. So we've cleared a daily swing well. Yeah, right, we've cleared that daily. We do have a, let's see what this volume imbalance is at. That volume imbalance is actually, okay, so that's perfectly the low. So if anything, the low of the volume imbalance potentially on the daily. And then let's say we keep on selling off. It's gonna add a few more areas to look for. Okay. Well, this is if we get animated to the downside. All right. So seeing this, right, we did run that low, but this is way too shallow in my opinion. I think we actually get through that low. High, low, higher, high. This in a way is a breaker block. Notice that once we get below it here, look at that respect we give it. I'll point out the obvious YouTube setup. This would have been clean. Short-term high cleared. Multiple market structure shifts, right? You can go this low. You got this low, you got this low. I would use this one because this, right, this swing low to high is the leg that clears short-term low, or clears a short-term high, excuse me. So like using the leg that creates that run up, which would start here, right? So once we clear that, close underneath, obviously huge fair value gap paired with an inversion. and that delivers us into sell side here, and also just that low that we just talked about. So far delivering bearishly, right? We're in bearish order flow. Let's see what a 5. If we leave a potential 5-minute fair value gap, right, so we're about to close on a 5-minute chart. If we leave one here, I would actually look for that to hold. Because if you notice, right, we don't have any other inefficiencies in here. Wick. Baby one here. Volume imbalance has been held. So yeah, I would actually look for this 5-minute right here. 5-minute. Got my 5 handles, clean, crisp. Love that. 5 handles and done. The lowest low, is that a valid break for you without the candle break? The lowest low. Are you referring to like in here? I'm gonna move the breaker. You don't really need to see that. So you're saying this low? So right, this one I don't like as much because we didn't close below it. Right, that's why I would use this one as my confirmation, because that's displacement through a low, closing below, leaving a fair value gap along with it. Right, and I had answered a question yesterday from, who was it from? Oh, it might have been you actually. Yeah, it was you, Swiftless. You sent that question in the chat. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah, okay. And right, one of the things I had mentioned is that for me to kind of classify a true break in structure, right, high probability, the candle, let me move this. The candle that breaks the low, right? So this candle here, I want a fair value gap to form within the low, right? So this is the low that's getting broken, this swing low. I like to see a fair value gap paired with that, right? Whereas the one you sent was more like this, to where we had a fair value gap, but the low was not broken with that fair value gap. Right, so that's kind of one way that I go about classifying just higher probability setups that I like to see. So for, in this case, and like I kind of mentioned earlier, I like to take the low that creates the move into the liquidity. So in this case, right, this move higher starts from this swing low on a 1-minute chart. So once we break that, that's kind of that confirmation I'd be looking for. What you can use though, right, because say you want an actual double confirmation, more confirmation instead of this low, and you're waiting for this low to break, well, you still wait for a candle closure, right? So we get a candle closure here, and now you just use a different premium. So in this case, we had the 830 premium you could use, right? You could still use the original fair value gap. You could even use now the volume imbalance. You would have taken a little bit more heat, but you see that ultimately, right? We respect that with pretty great precision here. We've just hit that 5-minute fair value gap. YouTube model for me covered, clean. Yeah, that was a clean YouTube model. Good shit, fellas. Love to see it this morning. Anyway, because yesterday for me was rather large profits on that power hour sell-off, right? Huge range. Not really in a rush here today to kind of go back in. I really wait for that. I like that post FOMC, get most of my work done then. But we'll see what we get. Like say we close above the 5-minute here. We do have to mention, right, we did have this baby fair value gap that was sitting right here. So that could be a possibility. See what it looks like on a 1. Smacked right into that. So we still have a few minutes for the actual 5 to close, right? Because we could wick it in this higher one. The 5 could actually kind of sell off and close within this. A minute 20 till that happens. So I'll wait for actual 5-minute candlestick close. In the meantime, we'll keep looking at the 1-minute chart. Like if I was looking for higher prices, right, and we create a wick like this, and then we push through that wick and close above, in all honesty, I wouldn't even look for that wick to be traded below. You see how we didn't close above though, right? We closed right on that high, hitting the 5-minute again. Open with a bearish. So we're showing signs of wanting to create a premium in line with a higher time frame premium. This 1 minute candle will also be the closure of the 5 minute, so we could just use this. Right? If this 1 minute closes back underneath or within the 5 minute here, the 5 minute candle will have closed. If we close anywhere above this 5 minute, I would actually kind of look for that to act as support now. Especially if this volume imbalance gets negated bullishly. We do, so I'd actually try out maybe something like this. It's a rather large stop though. 1 to 2 would be these equal highs. Because we've closed above both inversions. Right, so when we blast right up and through both of these like that, no regard for them, that makes me think we're going to continue to pump. Order block perfectly aligned with it. Wouldn't be a bad setup. And like I said, right, this wick, because when we go up, I'm kind of seeing this as a BPR. We spoke about lower time frames, fractals yesterday. So for me on like seconds charts, right, we created a swing high. We came all the way back down into a discount. And now when we blast through that high, in reality, I wouldn't want to see that really be breached lower if we are bullish. So it aligns with the higher 5 minute fair value gap here. And we have a 1 minute fair value gap now. Go like this. So we have a 5 minute here, 5 minute inversion. Paired now with a 1 minute. I tried longs here at the consequent encroachment of this. So as soon as we tap that, went long. Stop loss underneath the down close candle. Because I'm seeing this really as an order block. And like I said, I wouldn't want the wick to be broken. Which means I also wouldn't want this down close candle to be broken. So we'll go in here with small risk on this. See if we can't get potentially back into equal highs. All right, if we rip through, that's cool. Just a small size. But pairing basically the inversion, the new 1 minute, and this order block here. Personally, for me, if we close below consequent encroachment of this candle, well, so we might actually just take the stop. But if we close below consequent encroachment, mean threshold, excuse me, of this down close candle, I'll actually just close the position. No need to hang on to it. Because if we're going to get under that, we'll probably just take that low out. I'm actually going to cut the position in half just because we are pretty deep inside. So risk is already cut. We'll leave the original stop here now. Can you usually anticipate, let's see, should you usually wait for the 5 minute OB to close and be confirmed? I mean, if you want higher probabilities, right? So kind of as I even speak about, basing your lower time frame entries off a higher time frame structure will always be the best idea. But in this case, like I was mentioning, right, I'm okay entering without necessarily, like if I go to a 5 minute, oh, 1 sec, sorry. If we go to the 5 minute now, this one's really based off this inversion here. So let me move this. Right to where we closed above this and this. Now we may create a 5 minute fair value gap, which if we do, then we could have the potential to come back down into this. But as you see, I'm really expecting the higher 5 minute to hold us. we're still in, right? So we got real close. Still in the trade. That's nice. But I don't like that we created a bearish. So let me clear up some. I don't like that we created now a bearish 1 minute in line with the 5 minute. The 5 minutes about to close here in 20 seconds. So if we can actually close above this, right, we'll kind of confirm that we can use that as support. If we do close below, I would be a little hesitant because now we may actually revisit this inversion because that'd be an actual 5 minute fair value gap paired with that, right, as you guys can see. 2, 1. A little choppy. Stop loss under this here. So under this swing low. We created equal lows, stop is under that. I almost want to just close this, but we'll let it rock. Let them play out. All right, we haven't closed. So still nothing closing underneath that mean threshold. My only hesitation is if we do attempt to get below it again, it'll actually be aggressive and just run straight for the stop. But we already partialed some out, so I'm cool letting it rock now. Like this. 5 minute here. Let's see, if we got 44.06, we would need 44.11. Yeah, 44.11. Oh, okay. Volume and balance, big fan. Right, so now we're sitting like this. 44.06, wait, 44, way up here. Boop. Stop under there. 5 handles here. Five handles leads into equal highs, which also is an inefficiency. Bink, perfectly, right? Look at that. So I like when things just kind of align like that. If we can get a closure above this high, nothing. Like if we can get a closure above this high, stop will get moved. It's actually gonna get moved now. So we're under this candle's low. We should pump into my exit here. It's a nice 5 handles. 44.11 gets us out. Having the 830 here is the only, we'll say, worry. Not really worried because we'll probably just hesitate here, but we can expect that. And then we'd look for that run. Do I manually close? Nah, we'll give it. We'll see if we can't limit me out. Probably could have manually closed that, but there we go. No need. So now we're out there. All right, so this plays out nicely. You saw us get real close, though. Real close to that stop. Not your trade of 8 crashing. They don't want you to be great. And they don't want to see you winning. We'll kind of run through that execution quick. You'll see the little early execution. Where's it at? Here. So much like yesterday, really. I went in first. I was trying to turtle soup this high. We never made it there. Right, but we hit the 5 minute fair value gap. So this original short was just trying to see if the 5 minute fair value gap would hold us. As soon as we wicked like this and this candle closes, I immediately reverse the position. Right, because if we're going to hold this, like I was saying, I'd want to see this wick here be overtaken. So let me move some of this real quick. So original 5 minute here. Right, so we're looking to get short on the 5 minute as we're running a high for the reversal. But this candle tells me all I need to know, because it cannot return into, right, look at what we held at. We held at the consequent encroachment of this wick. So as soon as this candle closes and presses up against that 5 minute again, immediate reverse, right, we get involved with the huge run up. And then obviously we added here outside the fair value gap, got close to our stop, never hit it, get out here at the 5 handles paired with the volume or the fair value gap. Like that. So short reversed, added, we get out. See how that wick holds us well again though. That's nice. 5 minute held, inversion. Paint outside the lines a little bit, right? That's what I mean when I say that. We actually closed below this fair value gap. But because we had this wick, I was really trusting that to hold us. So I was kind of basing off that, seeing as how we still held its consequent encroachment. That's why I was comfortable holding it, letting it play out. Right, not in a rush to close the position. And now, honestly, we should probably buy right there. Paper trade it. Like that's a potential buy spot. When you're charting like this, do you look at what made price drop at 9:30? Do I look at what price? I mean, let's see. I guess yes would be the answer. Like other things, really it's just the opening. Like all of this in here, of course I'll look at it just as I'm doing analysis. But for the morning session, most of my analysis will come off the 9:30 opening, right? So this YouTube setup into sell side, into sell side. That's really all I needed to work with to go off this here. Because if we're in this range high to low, right, this entry is targeting basically this range is premium. I guess like what other things are you thinking of, Swift? Just so I can have a better idea. 15-minute high chance of being bullish OB with consecutive down close candles overtaken if we close below. Oh, just a statement. I was like, okay, love it, love it. Yeah, that's true. Which would be nice. Like if we overtake this high, we'll probably come back for... I mean, here's the only hesitation though as well. We're kind of in bearish delivery, okay? And usually in that case, any short-term high that gets taken is followed by like a run lower. So while this could be a break in structure, it may also be a run on stops here to reverse and continue to run. It's like I mentioned, this run here on our daily low, right? We're coming off of the daily low, which is why I was okay taking that long. But this is a super shallow run of that low. Here. I mean, we barely, not even one tick, I don't think. Barely. So we only got one tick below that daily liquidity level. And in my mind, there's a lot more stops, right? Unfinished business still below that. If I'm looking at this here, just like this. Yeah, I'd look for another run into that, to be honest. See what the 1 minute's up to. 1 minute hitting 8:30. So this will be pretty key. This is a key level for me. Right, negated, first of all, negated volume imbalance, leaving a fair value gap aligned with 8:30 level, which I already like to use. So for me, if we get under this, we come back into here, potentially the low, or we should be able to find support in there if price wants to remain bullish. 1 minute's closed underneath. Potential volume imbalance forming as well. Two minute close underneath. Ooh, with volume imbalance also. 5 minute bearish volume imbalance. We've immediately rebalanced, however. We're at the old candle's high. See what happens there. Stays open on a 5 minute chart now. Right, we've immediately rebalanced here. Ooh, another bearish volume imbalance, however. So we'll see how this plays out. But right, we're underneath volume imbalance here, aligned with the 830. 15, rejecting that hard. 2 minute looks like it'll leave open the volume imbalance. 1 minute using 830 as resistance. Trying to short off the 830 opening here. 44.05 will be the exit if we can get down there. Which would leave me where 44.05. Basically this inefficiency here. But born like this. That's the wrong way. So. Five would get us. I got in right at 44.10 though. Brutal. So I'd actually need. We need to get a little bit below this fair value gap here. Volume imbalance looking nice. Ideally, this volume imbalance right here stays open. Fell one handle short of our exit there. I'm gonna let it rock though. So 44.12. 44.12. Okay. 44.14. I mean, if you're talking about 44.12. If you're talking about the candle at 10:20, like, are you talking about this candle? Okay, I was like, if you're talking about that candle, yeah, fractalized. High, low, higher high, broke. This entry here, though, is simply inversion plus 830. And we really fell half a handle short. But we hit my... So I had my limit at 45.05 and a half, but we hit it perfectly. So I'm hoping we can actually run that low one more time. Actually get me fully out of that trade here. But because of that, I'm actually going stop, break even here. So no risk, broken even. We're hitting it again. I might just manually close. Just take that low. Okay. We're good there. So we get out at the 5. Lit. Swinging. He said my brain doesn't work that. Thanks, brother. Here, we'll run you guys through that one too. And you'll see again, right, my ability to be fluid in my kind of executions. Change windows. This one here. All right, so obviously we had the original long here. Getting out. Like I mentioned, I like this fair value gap if we were going to run into this high. So I look to add a position here. But now, just like last time, as soon as I'm proven wrong, right, that's when we close underneath. This candle closes underneath. We close underneath 830. I reverse the position at the 830 level. And yeah, now we just target here. So we get 5 handles from our entry into our exit. Swinging. And right, was really confident in adding here because we close underneath this fair value gap. Right, we close back underneath this while leaving it with the volume imbalance. Right, so when I see the volume imbalance get created while we're pushing underneath 830, and then we immediately follow it with a new volume imbalance, I'm trusting that. So right, this was a volume imbalance entry plus inversion plus 830. A lot of things adding to the confirmation. And we probably could have held for this low, but like I said, I'm not really in a, well, I guess I'm not trying to be too greedy. Had a good week. So I'm fine taking the quick, short entries. But I would look for this sell side here to be met. How did you know? Oh wait, for these low time frames, I look at the whole everything. So like if I was going to use this as a breaker, I'm using the whole candle. So like, to be honest, right, this entry, I'm going like this. Another reason I was confident with this, besides the fair value gap there. Low, swing high to a lower low, broken here with a candle that creates a fair value gap, perfectly aligned with the breaker block. Right, if I went like this, look where they overlap. Right, so just another confluence, but I'm using the entire candle. If you want to refine it, like if I'm going to refine it, I'll probably use the top half of that candle. Something like this. How did you know that the lower fair value gap would hold and still go bullish? Oh, I just said it? Damn, I was like, what did I say? The lower fair value gap would hold and still go bullish. This one? Just so I know what you're talking about exactly. The lower fair. Hey, there's sell side. Look at that close. I just love algorithmic delivery, fellas. We return into up close candles will hold us in bearish order flow. Hello, up close candle. Aligned with what? Inversion. Smashing into it. And then we what? Go from premium to discount, sell side. Look at the close. Look at the reaction. Oh my goodness. Price is beautiful. The last bullish trade. Oh, this one here. This is bearish. You're saying this, right? Just so I, the only bullish trade we had. Here. So you're saying the short bearishly. If we're going lower, that's bearish. Just so you know. 1017. Cool. Okay. 1017. Yeah. So yeah, I trusted this as an inversion. So I just a little confused. Yeah, if we're going lower, right, I would expect it to be bearish. Higher is bullish. Bullish, bearish. Will you trade midnight level the same way you just traded 830? Yes. Yes, indeed. If anything, I put more weight into the midnight open than I do the 830 open. But because we're so far away from it this morning, right, I can't really do much with it. But yeah, midnight level is the OG power of 3. 830 is really for the morning session. Notice where we're closing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We get under the inversion. We close underneath it. Okay. I guess also helped you that the candle aggressively closed bearish. I would say yes. Right, so this, like I said, I enter here. If I'm expecting price to go long from here, I don't want to see even this candle's consequent encroachment be closed underneath. So when we, right, fully just in one candle sweep right through that and close underneath, that is all I need to know that I'm offsides. And then when we immediately open with a volume imbalance like this, that almost confirms it. And really I was just waiting for, right, a better opportunity to enter. So once we did that, we confirm it. Now I'm stocking a short setup. I understand I'm offsides. So when we close below the consequent encroachment now of this 1 minute, right, because it's the same idea here. Bullish structure, I don't want consequent encroachments being breached. So when I see us close underneath now this one, especially because it's aligned with the 830, that is my real confirmation, right? Especially because we did the same thing here. We opened with a bearish volume imbalance. Here we opened with a bearish volume imbalance. So right, we had consequent encroachment acting as inversion. We had an inversion fair value gap that we would expect to hold, right? And then we had the 830 level. How do you know that the 1017 fair value gap wouldn't hold? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, right, this one should have held because we created a volume imbalance here. So this is kind of those volume imbalance videos you should take a peek at. But when we create a volume imbalance bearishly, right, we closed here and we opened lower. Except notice we didn't have any lower wick and it was immediate one-sided delivery. So when I see something like that, and when this candle creates a fair value gap, to me, this should hold if we are bullish, right? So if we even want to revisit this, more than likely, we're going to have a deeper retracement. So that's why I was already wary, right? As soon as this one kind of got stopped, I'm not trying to go back in and buy this because this is where we should have held. So now once that's proven wrong, I'm simply waiting to confirm that this one is going to be broken as well. And that confirmation comes once this candle closes underneath its consequent encroachment. If that makes sense. So the buy was just a risk trade. I necessarily wouldn't say that. The buy was simply, right, it's still the same logic. So everything I explained to go short, that's what I was seeing to go long, right? I was looking at this fair value gap here. And we closed above its consequent encroachment, right? So I'm thinking if we're going to close above it, we're going to reach for its high, which I guess we did technically. So I was still right in that way, but I wanted to see higher prices. And like I just mentioned, the fact that we created the bearish volume imbalance, negating it while holding perfectly 830, everything in here was suggesting to me that price wanted to run for highs. So I'm fine entering on a fair value gap there. But yeah, like you mentioned, once we negate that idea, right? Once I realize I'm wrong, I'm not trying to hold on or marry that idea. This was my line in the sand. Under this fair value gap, we were returning back into this range, right? At least equilibrium. And I mean, look at that. We run the sell side, and then what do? Hello, blast up. But yes, Swiftless, I reversed the order as soon as we closed underneath the fair value gap, opened with a bearish volume imbalance, reversed it as we were running into that 830 level. Then we get out here at the 5. See, like now we'll probably run for that, honestly. Let's see what we're doing here. That's being held. That's being held. I almost want to try this 830 entry again. This will be my last one for the day. We're getting into the 11 o'clock hour anyway. Oh, I think I just showed you guys that anyways. Oh, wait. This is a paper entry. Or is it not? I'm so confused. Oh, no, okay. I thought I was paper trading that. We'll see how that goes. So now, right, I'm still using really that same idea. 830. Well, instead we were using it to get short. We're just using that to get long now. 5 handles will take us. I mean, I want this high here, if I'm being honest. In the buy side, but I'll partial at 5 handles. I'll do that. 5 handle partial. Leave that last one to run for the actual buy side. Don't like how we're not closing above that. I mean, not in the slightest. I'm actually not a fan of that at all. And we had a bearish. Now we'll let it rock. This stop out will be covered for by these winners. So I'm less prone to want to move my stop quickly in these type of scenarios. If I've already had 2 winners in the morning, right, and I'm trying to go back in with less risk, I'm fine just letting this one play out. So we either get stopped here. I don't like that we did that at all. I liked how we we respect the fair value gap. We respect the 830. I would have wanted to see this candle close above. This candle may still do it, but if we keep hesitating under like this, I might actually just cut the risk. And just keep one on for the 5 handles. Let's see, that's holding well. 2 minute, because we've smacked into a 2 minute too. That's what's tough. And we have a bearish volume imbalance on the 2 minute. That's all right. We'll let it play out. Patience. We'll either go stop or target. Right, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. 5 minute chart is holding this 830. I like that. I don't like that the 2 minute. Right, so we have a 2 minute fair value gap here, like this. And notice where we've closed. We close inside of it while creating a bearish volume imbalance. So I'm really not a fan of that at all. We do have a 2 minute fair value gap here. But this isn't a case where we may trade into that, but I'd want it to be quick because I don't want to see a candle close underneath the 830 level at this point. All right, it's doing well. The 2 minute. Don't you close underneath it. Go to the 1. It's going to close at the same time. Don't want to be involved. We could probably bounce from here, but like I said, 830, I don't want to see that broken. As soon as it does, that's against my, I guess, idea. So I'm just going to collapse the trade. All right, you guys, as you guys kind of know, I like to be right or wrong quickly. Not really one that likes to hold trades very often. If we give us another chance, I'll try to go long again, but seeing us right close underneath 830, especially now creating a bearish volume imbalance, makes me think that my stop would have been hit. And if that's the case, there's no need to hang on to that losing trade idea. Quick to save the profits. Oh, slow to enter a trade, quick to get out. And look at that. Boom, see? Stop would have been hit. We negate that. Matter of fact, now we're getting crazy now. We'll paper trade that one. But like, I'm good. I'm content for the morning. Okay, I just end the stream. See you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I did not mean to do that. Check out this guy. Okay. Yeah, we're basically done with ES, so I got my meat for the morning. All right, should we go short here in gold? I immediately just see a short setup. Volume balance breaker. All the way in here. Short-term high cleared. 1, 2, 3 drives. Volume imbalance. Breaking a breaker block. 5-minute invert. Chill out. 15-minute fair value gap though. Hold up. Can't trust it. Holding here though. No, we'll try it out. Let's try a little gold trade. Never fucked with gold before. I don't know, like, is this, it says 2, but 2 what? See, that seems way more than, I wonder what the equivalent is in, like, handles and whatnot. If we do something like this. Take that trade. I'm short 43.2. 43.2, you got the greatest short of all time. Oh, I went short. Hold up. How's this playing out? 5 handles. Sell side. Okay. TP. Sell side. Oh, you use the higher time frames. See, I don't even got a 30-minute chart. That 1 hour looks nice though, hitting the high of that. Or a 30-minute, you said. Also, nice, okay. That's clean. This 15-minute right here, though, a little sketchy. If we get underneath that, shit, we should dump. Right, you can see that's what we're getting held at here. I'll look for a bounce into this one. I like this volume imbalance just because, right, this one has already hit this candle, whereas notice this one, no upwards movement. And it's also the 2-minute. But that's a good short if you're in that, brother. I would hold at least until 8:30. I'd probably partial here, to be honest, this low. Partial again at 8:30. Leave some to hit the low, though. Let's go peep ES. ES is about to deliver into our target, which would be a selly side. Hither. Oh, you're very bearish? Let's go all the way here. We'll partial here. All right, so once again, as you guys can see, this, I mean, it's happening over and over again. The market repeats. We try to get long on this fair value gap. We close underneath it aggressively. We could flip short. We're going to run lower. Same idea. This fair value gap here, I want to hold. Okay. I really wanted 8:30 to hold. So all we needed to see was 8:30 closing. And what did we do after closing underneath 830? Volume imbalance. And then what? We close underneath this. The entry here came on this candle. All right, so as soon as this candle closes underneath, I'm re-entering as we dig up into this candle. And you see it pays off nice. We get our 5 handles. And now we're broken even. And now we'll actually go one more partial here if we want to get there, right? Inter-range inefficiency points. Buy ski. Sell side achieved. I'm already out. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, honestly, that's a good move. Wait, so what that'd be? 43 points? What, 4? What the fuck? See, that's why I don't play Rule. I just don't know enough of it. 44 ticks. I'm guessing that's what you got. Oh, take me out, brother. Come on. I know you want to. Jesus. Oh, shoot. That right there. Look at that. What is that? Oh, I say it would be too perfect for the exit sometimes. Literally smack it to the absolute tick. Let's go stop in profit a little bit. Maybe. because I think we missed out on getting out there. Oh yeah, look, we're holding that 5 pretty well. So what I'll actually do is, what's 5 handles at? If we can tap the 5 handle mark again, I'll close one more. Just to secure it. And then we'll actually go just final target, the low of this. Nah, no way, did it again. That's crazy. Two times. Nah, this one's gotta get us out here. Okay, close it. Come on. There we go. Cool. So partial out, 5 handles, most of the position. What we can do, I'll show you kind of how you can use stops to manage risk. All right, so if we can close underneath this low, which we can't. At this point, we're already choppy, so I'm going here. In my mind, this swing high should not be violated if we're going to get through this. So stop, weigh in profit. And now I'll use it aggressively, because where I would like to partial like within the low of this, but because we can't, we have to use the stop. Yeah, it's nice if we can hold that 5-minute volume imbalance. And then if we can close below the 5-minute inversion fair value gap, not inversion yet, but we can close below that 5-minute there. Or wait, let me, sorry. So we're holding here. If we can get below the 5-minute fair value gap, that's here. Right, a close below that would be ideal to accelerate us. I do like that. We'll try this. Because we already secured some. We smack that again, we'll go short. Stop. Where it is. No. Too low. Too slow. I'm weak. Stop here. You gotta be quicker than that. Oh yeah. Sell side, inbound. And once again. The kiss of death, we call it. Look at that delivery. Just perfect. This is why, like, when I'm actually trading, my exits are usually a tick above my actual. Like, if I'm looking for sell side, right, my exit's going to be like here. Because this shit happens all the time, especially once you kind of get fluid with the concepts. They deliver so precisely at times that it leaves you out to dry. So, like, because of that, I'm going to go stop here. This fair value gap should hold us. Right, this one here. We have equal lows now. That's actually hilarious, though. 3 times you've seen already the exit be too precise. We'll see if we can't hold here, because now we got the inversion 1 minute. We got that inversion 5 minute. So we'll look for another month lower. Nice. Let's go ahead and dig through that sell side real quick. Wrap us up for the day. Damn. Hey, who pissed off? Who pissed off Michael this morning, huh? Apparently, I'm like, damn, I'll just open Twitter to fucking. He's just going off on somebody. That shit cracks me up, brother. That's why I had to stop following him. Or I guess as close. I'll always have respect for my man. Everything I've learned is from him, though. Woof. He gets a little heated sometimes, that's for sure. Ah, I see. Okay. If we're being completely honest, like this high, I really want to move my stop to this swing high. But I'm gonna wait. If we can get a candle to close under the 1 minute again, I'll move it. Because in my mind, we've delivered to consequent encroachment. So if we close underneath, that's really all we needed to deliver to. But if we keep playing in here, I'll just leave the stop for the original stop out. This right here absolutely drives me insane, if I'm being honest. That's one thing about my trading that I'll never be happy with, to be honest. The exits. I'm like, come on, brother. He did a YouTube video claiming he's a fraud. Chad. It's always a damn Chad. Come on, Chad. Here's what I'll say, right? I never understood the whole... I'm trying to think what I want to say. Hey, no problem, Swift. Let's take care. We'll see you on Monday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, we'll go Tuesday. No high impact news next Monday, so... But yeah, like I was gonna say, for people that be thinking he is a fraud, I was always like, that's fine, honestly. But like, you should do the due diligence to actually find out. You know what I mean? Volume imbalance, equal highs. We're going like this. Stop above equal highs. At this point, I would want this to remain open. So we're going to stop here. Low is 38.6. Then you should have got out. Oh, you used 0.5. I'm weak. Look, that's equal lows. See? I'm telling y'all. In real trading, you always want to have your exit
above your actual exit, if that makes sense. Like that's what I do all the time. Like if I have a target here, like just what I'm doing here. If my target is 43.9875, 43.99 exit. Right, because you wanted 43 or you wanted 38.5 as the exit. My auto went probably 2 ticks above. What'd I buy? Oh, there we go. So we get stopped out on that one. All right, we see that. Nice and clean. The sell side, hitting that equal low is a bitch, if I'm being honest. I mean, come on. Price? But that'll happen sometimes, right? Too precise. So we miss out there, get stopped in profit. Can't complain. Really kind of using this as well. Swag. 38.5 for funding. Ah, you're hurt for that, then. That sucks, B. Just laugh at your pain. It's alright, brother. I know you'll get there, that's why it's funny. Did you close a position then? Or are you still in it? I mean, it might come back down there. Equal lows now. I'm out. Oh, that's alright. Well, I guess we'll wait till next week to give you the air horn. Get funded then. No rush. Oh, let's see. Power of 3. Okay. Measuring gap. Okay. How you use the 8:30 midnight levels. I like that. Judas swing. Oh, okay. Total soup. Yeah. Power of 3 in the midnight and 8:30. I could probably do that in one video because they're kind of the same thing. Like when I'm referring to the midnight and the 8:30, it's because I'm using the power of 3 understanding, kind of. But yeah, I can make the videos on that for sure. Measuring gap, that might be last, if we're being honest. I just don't use it that much. That's not really a concept that I utilize. The power of 3 compels you, stupid. It really does, though, I'm telling you. Because it can be, like I say, power of 3 is fractalized too, so I love a good power of 3. Judas swing also, that I was huge into that. Like that was one of my earliest models, the 930 Judas swing, using whatever happened at 930 to go against that. It's kind of funny now how a lot of people, I guess, say they have their own models of that, but we let them rock. Like it's just a concept, you know what I mean? TS, what's that? Oh, turtle soup. Bet. Oh yeah, that'd be dope. Add some more concepts to the concept area. I kind of want to redo the... Is it the top-down one? No, the top-down one's pretty good. The daily bias one. Like I think maybe next week, before we actually trade, I'll make like a daily bias video to show how we create the bias for the week and the day. That'd be cool. I hear multiple Judas models on Twitter. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's the thing, I'm like, there's plenty of Judas models. I wouldn't say anyone is... Nah, now I'm just being salty. Let people rock. It just cracks me up when people say, like, my Judas model. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's not your Judas model. It's just a Judas swing. Just a concept. Like for me, I don't ever say I have like my own model. Like I trade a certain way, but I think it's foolish to try to say like, this is my model when I'm really just utilizing what Michael gave us. a shadow swing. Like the volume imbalance, to be honest, I could make a whole the shadow volume imbalance. Just claim it as my own model. I'm like, brother, chill out. Because I'm sure people would eat that up. Because not many people know how to use them in their trading. Like they know what they are, but being able to use them fluidly is a whole nother game. He said so, I'm happy. Maybe one day. Take what you're taught and use it as your own. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want to leave, but this sell side right here too juicy. We'll give it 3 minutes. I want to see if this volume imbalance remains open, and if it does, we should be able to get into that sell side there. Hey, take care, brother. I'll see you on Tuesday. Glad you enjoyed it. The brisket gap. That should sound kind of yummy. Brisket gap with cheese. Delicious. Damn, there's your slogan. Hold up. You about to be an influencer? Delicious and profitable. I love it. The brand. I was like, maybe I should make a little thread. Because I feel like people eat up threads for some reason. If I'm being completely honest, fellas, I am just lazy. I'm too lazy for that. Like, we don't try to fucking hype ourselves up. But I'm like, I think I could grow my following pretty easily if I just put in the effort to. But your boy is just lame. I'd be bumming. Yeah, B, you're gonna have to send some of them motherfucking gold trades. I'm like, I might get into that. ES is acting up. But right now, gold's acting up too, so. Like, let's see, if we did like a 1030 or like a 930. Short-term law, inversions. Yeah, the 5 and 15. Okay. I'm a fan. Volume imbalance remained open, but we closed it in. So we may actually consolidate. CL. That's oil, right? Or no? Am I tripping? CL. Yep, okay. I was like, I think that's oil. I actually have seen a lot of people destroy that. So that might be something too that we could look at. Because I have some homies that be smashing oil. That's really the thing though. There's so many instruments out there that, right, even if you don't like trading like ES or NQ, you could take the concepts and they definitely work in other instruments, other areas. I mean, like we spoke about, even if you're someone, say you want to do purely stocks, which this, oh my goodness, brother. I haven't even looked at that account. That is crazy. It's like we were speaking about earlier, right? I was in puts from here, targeting this low, and we absolutely gapped right through that low. So those puts have to be. We eating good tonight, fellas. Yeah, Amazon is dumping. And if I'm being honest, puts, like, options make you... There's a whole nother side topic, but I think options give you better leverage than futures, right? So I trade futures daily as a more consistent base, where the options trading I do, that's where like the actual income, I'll say, like the enjoyable money, the extra spending, that comes from stocks and options. Like this right here, that is going to be a crazy one. I'll probably close one more and just let it rock.
How far can we go? We want to keep on selling off. Yeah, we'll leave that for another time. Oh, we took Southside? What do you mean? I wasn't even there to see it. All that time waiting. There we go, Southside. After a volume imbalance. Look at that. Love it. All right, fellas. Well, that's what we were looking for. So we fall short of the buy side. But as you guys continue to see, right, we don't need to be married to an idea. You saw it twice this morning. As soon as I realized I was wrong, immediately flip, get rewarded. Try to stay on trend, right, realize I'm wrong, immediately flip, get rewarded to go lower. And now we took that into sell side. Yeah, we'll go ahead and leave you guys with that. This is kind of interesting though. I would just study that. If we're going to close underneath this sell side with displacement and leave behind a fair value gap aligned with the old low, potentially got more room to the downside actually from here. Remember, we listed this as another potential area. So I'd see how, a little case study, just see how this fair value gap treats us as we gravitate into this area here. But all right, everybody, I think we'll wrap that up for the week. Good week overall. Actually, pretty great week overall, so cannot complain with the week at all. I'll be happy taking Friday off tomorrow. If you guys are sticking around, be careful. There is high impact news at 7:45, so I'd wait till that. Or I guess 9:45 Eastern. So I'd wait for that. But yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody. Be safe, and we'll get back to it next Tuesday. So until we talk again, take care and have a good weekend.